Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper here, and coming to you again from the pipe rest. And if you've been following me, you know that I've been trying some English, trying to dip my toe into that area, just to see whether I like it or not. It's not necessarily trying to force myself to liking Englishes because I just want to like what I like, you know. I will say, well, actually, first let me get out of the way before I get too far. I am smoking in my Molina. What do I have? Shepherd's pie. Thank you. Shepherd's pie from Country Squire. And a couple of people told me, man, if you're gonna try Englishes, try Shepherd's pie. Now I will say that I tried King's Foil, and I actually liked King's Foil. It was very different to me. It was, and by the way, I'm just drinking water today. King's Foil, it surprised me because it was a thinner smoke, but not in a bad way. Not like it's thin, like I can't get enough out of it. It was thin, like I think I used the analogy I used was coffee versus hot chocolate. It was thinner, but it was still stout, and I like that. However, on Shepherd's Pie. Now this is first impression too, and all these are first impressions. They're the first time I've tried them. I haven't, like, a lot of guys will smoke them for a month and then do a review. This is, the first impression, and not a big fan of Shepherd's Pie. Sorry, John, but I'm going to keep smoking this bowl. And the reason is, two reasons. One is because I was just outside smoking, had to do some barn work, and thought I'd take it out there because today it's a little warmer than it's been. Last few days it's been, single digits Fahrenheit, up to 15, and today it's supposed to be up to 30, but the wind's biting, and I was outside. It's like, maybe it's because I'm outside, so I came back in. But I think it may be, and I'll have to look to see if there's Latakia in King's Foil, but I think there's Latakia in this and there's not in King's Foil. Maybe it's the Latakia I don't like. I still like, I can taste stuff in there, guys. And I think it's the smokiness I don't like, and I want to say that's the Latakia. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but there's stuff in there that I taste. There's stuff in there that I think, and again, if you haven't been following me, I'm not a connoisseur of pipe tobacco. I can't tell you I have hay and nutty. That those terms to me have not sunk in yet. I've only been smoking for a little over a year, but and I don't smoke that often. Maybe at most once a day. But to me, I'm getting almost like a hay note. And if you're familiar with shepherd's pie, which I know a lot of you really are, maybe you can help me out with that. But it's almost like if it didn't have the Latakia in it, I'd like it. I think that's what it is. So check me on this, guys. I just that's kind of my first impression of it for a guy who's not used to smoking Englishes. So we'll see. I've got a couple more to try yet. I've got one aromatic and two Englishes left. One is Old Toby, that's the aromatic, which I've had that before, and it looks super wet. I'm looking at the plastic, and it's like, when something's wet and it sticks to plastic, it turns dark. That's what the tobacco looks like where it's touching the plastic. So I may have to dry that out. The other two are Green Dragon and Bag End. And one of the reviews I read on Bag End said it's a sipper, that you need to sip it. So I don't know if that means it's easy to get tongue bite off of it or what. Maybe you can help me out there. But Yeah, I mean, if this is the only thing left in the world to smoke, I think I would. Um, I don't think it's not something that I'm running from, but I can tell if there's one thing in there that I don't like, and I think it's the smoking of the camp. Is a campfire? I heard guys use that term before. Um, in this video, guys, as you can tell if you haven't figured it out already, if you haven't shut me off, is an interactive one more so than most. I'm looking for your guys' input here because I'm getting like even on the smell of it, it smells really smoky to me. Stand by here. Yeah, it smells really smoky to me. And yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just a latakia. We'll see. But again, shepherd's pie, and give it a shot. Funny part is when I light it up, there's almost like a sweet, somewhere there's a sweet in there. I like that. But I only get a little bit of it on the tip of my tongue. And now I'm almost getting a slight sour note, but I don't know if I'm trying too hard, so I'll leave that be. But yes, let me know what you think, guys. If you tried it, what you've heard about it, if you like it, what you like about it, if you don't like it, what you don't like about it. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know that, again, I don't know if I kick it out of bed for eating crackers, but it's not something I'd run right down and buy. So John, the rest of this might be coming your way, buddy. But yeah, as far as everything else, you guys saw the short that I put on. I think it was a short about the snow the other night. We ended up getting, I think, about 12 inches of snow. And we've got that, we call it the lake effect snow machine or lake effect machine. Everybody in Michigan has some kind of effect from the lake. Ours just happens to be a little bit more because we're within, I think 20 miles of the lake here. Might be less than that. And it's just that the wind's blowing right in the right direction. And the lake's picking up moisture, especially this time of year, man. That's why they call it the snow machine, or lake effect snow machine, because it picks that moisture up and just dumps it. And for us to get 12 inches in one shot is pretty. That'll happen maybe once or twice a season. So usually we get 2-3 inches at a time. So it was our turn this week. So but yeah, it was down, cold temps. The nice part is, if you're not from a snow state, there's different types of snow. And since it was so cold and it was the really light snow, it wasn't, because once you get up around 25-30 degrees, you get really wet snow and it's super heavy. And it's hard to shovel and it's hard to push, it's hard to plow, it's hard to drive through. This snow we got is the stuff. The nice part is it's really light, so you can take a whole shovel full and just shove it down the driveway. It doesn't feel like you're pushing anything. The bad part about this kind of snow is it drifts a lot easier, so you need a lot of bigger drifts drifting across the road. And of course, for some reason this year, it seems like people don't know how to drive in it. And I mean, granted, it's one of the first snowfalls we've gotten, significant snowfalls, and it tends to get better throughout the season. But if you're not from a snow state and you get caught in the snow, just know the best way to drive in the snow is to slow down. That's it. I mean, you get some people that they get a dusting of snow and that's a big catastrophe and they shut down everything. I can drive on a lake of ice, provided it's thick enough. And anybody can drive on a lake of ice if you drive the proper way. Now, the only time that comes into effect, I think, where it might not be that easy is if you live in some place like San Francisco. It's obviously, if it's ice and you stop the car and it keeps going, there's nothing you can do about that. But if you're dealing with relatively flat ground, just slow down. That's the biggest thing. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. Just wanted to share that shepherd's pie first impression with you. There is something I like about it, just not liking enough to keep it. So, guys, I hope you're doing all well, or you're all doing well. Until next time, you take care.